Another edition of Ogre Survival and Prepping. My name's Paul. Today we're going to talk about EDC, which stands for Everyday Carry. Specifically, we're going to talk about EDC survival kits. Another subject you can look up through your favorite search engine or even on YouTube, and you're going to find tons and tons of videos about it. When I do survival, I look at it in phases or layers, however you want to look at it. Basically, it's in steps. Kind of like last week when I went over the rules, the rule of three when it comes to survival. This particular kit, it's not going to save you in a survival situation. It's not an end-all, beat-all. It's a simple little kit that you can carry in your pocket that you'll have on you. And it contains some items that will definitely benefit you and help you in a survival situation. But this is like tier one. This is the first thing you're going to go to. It's not going to be the end of the solution. So, with that being said, let's get into it. In front of you, or on camera right now, there's basically a couple different items. And we're going to start over here with my keys. Your keys are a great thing to have on you for your EDC. A lot of times the stuff you're going to have on it's small. It can be tiny little flashlights. In this case, I got a sharp little knife that is proven and tested. It's the Cold Steel Ready Edge. I also have this little bobble. It's a bottle opener. It was really inexpensive. We bought it. I think I paid $2 for it. But it's got 3 feet of paracord on it, which has tons of uses. And it's got this nice little carabiner. Now, this is not a weight load clip, but you can use it in a situation to fasten tarps or to hang off of your other gear. They come in handy. So, I always have my keys on me, part of my EDC. Next, what we have here is an incredibly good knife. This is a Cold Steel Tanto Point spike. It's a neck knife. Again, I always have this on me. Everywhere I go, I have it with me. When I bought it, it came with the type of chain that you get on dog tags, a little beaded chain. I replaced that with 2.5 feet of paracord. So I have cordage. Between this and that, I'm up to 5.5 feet of cordage that I can use for numerous different things. The next thing, cigarette lighter. Now, people in survival will tell you that the Bic is worthless, that it's junk, that it's useless. I'll tell you right now, yes, they're not the ultimate fire starter, but you can get a lot of flame out of them. Repeatedly, over and over. Yes, if it gets wet, it's not going to spark. They can get too hot and explode, which is rare. They can run out of fuel. But as a first step, I'll always have one of these. In your packs, which we'll get into later, you can carry one without having to worry about it running out of fuel by simply taking a zip tie and putting it around the little lever that releases the gas. Tighten it. You won't be able to depress it. It's going to have fuel when you need it. The last thing, this is the little Altoid tin. These kits, again, you'll find tons and tons of people online that will tell you this is what you have to have in your kit. These kits are personalized. You can go online, you can go to Amazon and look up survival tins, and you can find them for anywhere from $5 to I think $25-30. You can make one yourself. You'll know what's in it. They're relatively inexpensive. Honestly, I think the most expensive part of this was the Altoids themselves. So let's get into what I've got in my little everyday carry survival tin. First, you'll see I've got cordage wrapped around it. And what this cordage is actually a 72-inch bootlace. Bootlaces are really tough, they're really durable, and with it having 72 inches on it, that's 6 feet on top of the 5 feet over here, 5.5 feet or so. That's 11 feet of cordage. That's plenty of cordage for what I would need it for, just to get to my next tier or my next step or my next level of survival. So there's the bootlace. Now this little package here is actually fish hooks, some sinkers, fishing line. I've got about 50 feet of monofilament 20-pound test fishing line and about 3 feet of duct tape. Duct tape really is a universal survival tool. You can use it for patching a tent, a tear in your backpack, a tear in your clothes. You can actually braid it into rope. It's numerous survival uses. Inside the tin, I have roughly 3 square feet of aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is another one of those things that has a lot of uses. It can be used to signal. Also, you can make a little pan out of it to boil water. And it virtually weighs nothing and takes up very little space inside your kits. The next thing, magnesium block with a good striker. I'm going to tell you, I will give you a warning about magnesium blocks. Go with a good, reputable name. Some of the knockoff blocks, the magnesium isn't as pure as it needs to be. The quality of it isn't there. It will spark. It's hit or miss whether it ignites or not. These things are incredible. Magnesium burns at 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It takes a little bit of work with these because what you got to do is you got to take a good knife, scrape yourself a dime to a quarter size pile of shavings, and then on the back of it, it has this little flint striker or a ferro rod. And I don't know if this one will strike. Stainless steel does not strike. So when you're trying to make your sparks, make sure you have carbon steel. And then you put your sparks into your little pile of magnesium, and then voila, fire is burning. Again, these are fairly inexpensive, just a couple bucks, but in the long run, they're worth having. Next, now this is what's called a fire straw. It's similar to some of the name brand items you can find for tinder, like Wet Fire, so on. I made these things myself. You can go to the dollar store, like a Dollar Tree, and literally for just a couple bucks, you can make tons of these, and these things work phenomenal. All they are is a non-toxic drinking straw. Inside is 100% cotton balls coated in petroleum jelly. And the ways you can actually ignite these are you can take a cigarette lighter and just light the end, and it will burn like a candle, kind of. Really short term, but hot. You can take and break them open and pull the cotton out, fluff it up. You can use your sparks off this to ignite it. And once it starts burning, it burns hot. It's a really great way to get fire to go. Plus, what you do is you just seal the ends. And I'm going to do a video on how to make these. And when you seal the ends, they're waterproof. So they're a great little thing to have in your kit. As you can see, I carry, I think, 4, 5, 6 to be exact. Let me get this out. Next, what this is a little bundle of jute twine. You can buy this again at dollar stores. Make sure it is 100% natural jute. And the good thing about jute is you can use it for cordage. Also, if you take and rough it up, it'll take a spark and act as tinder.